All right, hello, everybody. A little bit later than my usual Friday streams. I usually start around like 5 o'clock. It's like 7:30 now, but had some stuff to do. A little bit of logistical problems, but eventually I got around to it. So let's start the stream today. We're playing almost the same 75 that I've been playing for a while. I decided to cut the 25th land, the second Horizon Canopy, for the 4th Wisp again. I don't know. Some people are liking 25 lands. I wasn't really feeling it. Obviously, the fine tuning between 24 and 25 lands is so like minute and undetectable by like just normal playing that it's not going to actually I played like 30 games with 25 lands. You're not going to be able to detect like an actual noticeable difference. So a lot of it you just have to go on like just feelings. Also, I guess warning, doing another Lily stream tonight. Got her hanging out in the room. Hopefully she'll be okay. But yeah, it's hard to argue for or against playing X number of lands versus X minus 1 or X plus 1 number of lands. So I feel like 24 is a number that I like more than 25. I also like playing 4 Flicker Wisps. What are you doing? Lily's sniffing around and being a weirdo. Anyway, let's just dive into the stream. Yeah, I've been playing the same list for a while now, and I don't know. I've been liking the results. I did a little bit of deep diving into possible cards you can play to try to tech for your Breach matchup, which I don't think is that bad, but I think it's popular enough that it might be like it was worthwhile to look into. We can talk about it while we jump into the stream here. I think I forget if I posted my thoughts in the Deathattack's Discord about it, but I don't think your Breach matchup is that bad. I think it's better than Ant used to be. So I'm already like pretty happy with it. But I was doing some deep diving into things that you would want for your Breach matchup. The issue being that a lot of your best anti-Breach cards are really bad against Serenity, and Serenity's already like really good against you because D&T is such a sorcery speed deck that if all of your hate cards die to Serenity, they play the Serenity, and then like you wait a turn cycle, and then Serenity just they nukes your entire board on their upkeep or whatever, and then they go off after that. And usually you can't do a lot to prevent that, especially because it also blows up your Aether Vial, so you can't like vial in a new thing post Serenity. Like, oh, okay, they blow up all my shit with Serenity, and I vial in my Aether Storm Cannon, so they still can't go off or something. That doesn't usually work out. Unfortunately, as many dozen Texas players do, I dove into a lot of like, hey, how many 1 to 2 mana stupid hate bears can we find that help in the Breach matchup? And the answer is like not a lot. From what I saw, the answers are like Dryad Militant and the like 7 different bears that sack to destroy an enchantment: Keening Apparition, Felidar Cub, whatever, take your pick. There are like 8 million of them. And neither of those are very good. They're both exceptionally narrow in what they do, so I wasn't really a big fan of it. That sounds good. Apologies about the Lily noise in the background. Hey, Glacier6, thanks for the 8-month resub. Appreciate it. Lily, can you stop being so exceptionally loud? Cool. Oh, these snow-covered islands are on? That's cool. I liked these. What were they, like Eldrian Holiday lands or something? Snow-covered Island Ponder is probably like combo or Blue Red Delver. Either way, we're just slamming Thalia on turn 2, so not a huge deal either way. What did they do? They did not shuffle. We're gonna play the port here. On the off chance we can like wasteland port the following turn. We probably won't, but you never know. If they're on like blue red Delver and they wasteland me, that's fine because they can't do anything else. So we have Thalia in play. If we need to cast Flicker Wisp, it's also whatever. Alright. Plow, alright. It's probably just miracles from the looks of it. So what do we want to play here? I almost want to port the Snowford Island, but it's like almost assuredly wrong. Old border. Old border, new border mismatch. Yeah, this island looks less good when you're next to like brown border snow-covered plains. I kind of want to play Recruiter. Snowforge is a little bit off curve. There's a potential of like turn 4 we can play Snowforge and use for Schadenport or something. So I think recruiting for something here is probably okay. I personally have issue with your Bolas. I don't give a shit about these Bolas planes. I use them because they were the first planes that I got when I made my Moto account. I don't have any preference for these in paper or anything. I can give two shits about this plane's choice. I just use them at this point because they are my legacy. This really sucks if they just like play an Oko on turn 3. I think that's just my life though. I don't think I get to like just Recruiter for Revoker or something here. We could potentially Recruiter for Thalia and try to like Thalia plus port, especially because we already have a Flick Risk for the Recruiter. And there isn't a lot that's super alluring to recruit versus Miracles, Sanctum Prelate being the biggest draw, but we don't really have a board state where we want to put Prelate on 6. If we put Prelate on 1, we're playing harder in Determinus. I kind of like just grabbing a Thalia. Do we know they're playing Oko? No, I just assume they are. Because they're Miracles. Prismatic Vista I don't think is usually in the... Because they're playing... The usual Miracles list is 4 colors. Like, it's like the splash, like, right off of a single volcanic or whatever. So Prismatic Vista usually doesn't make the cut. So maybe they're just, like, pure blue-white. Kind of looks more and more like it, definitely. Well, we're going to cast a 2-mana spell into their counterbalance and hope they don't get me. We could just, like, try to cast our Flick Wisp or something, but I think the Thalia here is going to be better. Well, I guess we're porting this snow-covered plains. Good one to know about. I was going to port the plains regardless, because they're not on, like, Astrolabes or anything, but... It's a good one to know is on the top of their deck, so I don't, like, cast Stoneforge Mystic here. Yeah, no. They could, like, they can't even, like, brainstorm into Terminus because we have the Thalia in play. Ah, rude. Now I have to be wary of potential brainstorms because we know they have Terminus in hand. I think this turn we're going to cast Wisp. If they don't shuffle on Ponder, they're probably trying to set up to hit something with their counterbalance, and it's hard for them to hit 3s. They did not shuffle. If they do hit the Flicker Wisp, I think we have to cast Stoneforge Mystic. If they don't hit the Wisp, then I think if they don't hit the Wisp, then we just port them, I believe. They didn't have a 3. If they like plow my Recruiter, we just flicker the oh, they do have Forest. Interesting. So they're just trying to hit. Wow! Feels bad, man. Alright, yeah, now we have to Stoneforge for sword here. Shuffle, blind hit on 3. That's real rough. Especially considering how many 3s Miracles plays. They've gone through 2 plows. We have to be wary of Brainstorm, but like that's the only big thing. They have to plus here, right? Or did they just Brainstorm setting up Terminus? Then we're in kind of dire straits because we would have to put in the sword. Actually, no, we could prevent Terminus unless they have another land. Bounce the Stoneforge. Interesting. Did they? Oh, because they can force negation the Sword of Fire and Ice if I cast it. This is game 1, match 1. We just started. Okay, so that tracks. They can force negation my Sword of Fire and Ice here, so that's like pretty scary. They don't know what's on top. We don't want to play harder into Terminus, so I think we just have to attack the Jace down to 1 and cast Wisp, which really sucks, but might be our best plan. All we have is a Ponder here. We could just cast the Sword of Fire and Ice into their Force of Negation, since we kind of have to at some point. It's going to be... Because we don't want to play the Stoneforge here because they can obviously Jace set up the Terminus and then we're like really far behind. Unless they can't find another white source, notably, in which case we can keep them off Terminus for a while. Maybe it is correct to cast the Stoneforge Mystic just to put as much pressure on them as possible. Because they can't Terminus me this turn without, like, also a Brainstorm or something. Maybe that's the plan. We're getting another creature off this Recruiter as well. If we can get, like, an equipment down, it's not a bad idea. I think we just need to take the JS off the board before we get Terminus. Like, we could grab Batter Skull and then go get a Flicker Wisp with our Recruiter. Or we could even get Sanctum Prelate. Sanctum Prelate might not actually be a bad idea. They're already down 2 plows. And we know about this Terminus that's waiting for us. Yeah, let's grab Prelate. And if we end up getting Terminus, we can always put the Prelate on 1. Brainstorming. So hopefully they don't find Brainstorm to Terminus me on my turn. That would be bad. I wonder if we want to put... No, we don't want to put them on. Ponder, sure. Might have shuffled away the Force Negation at this point. We don't know, but... They did not shuffle, so the Terminus, they could have put Terminus second from the, or they could have put Terminus on top and then still on top from the Ponder here. So it's something we have to bear in mind. Now they have 2 white sources, although, yeah. Yeah, they have 2 white sources. They would have to fetch like a Tundra here, but since they don't have to crack until their draw step, we can't like Wasteland the Tundra away or something. We drew another Flicker Wisp, which is also nuts. I think I want to put in Batter Skull here, especially because we have the Flicker Wisp. So we have 7 mana, so we can Prelate, Port, and activate Stoneforge. Which means just send these 2 at the Jace. If they have like Snap Plow, it's not good for me. But then we have Prelate on 6 and not get Terminus, so we're hopefully in an okay spot. Like that. Oh shit. They have Snap Plow. Hopefully this is just Snow Strix. Nope. Snap Plow sucks. But it means they don't get to clear my Sector Prelate on 6 with Snap Plow. What if they just like floated their Force Negation on top instead of the Terminus? That's like super bait. No, they shuffle. Interesting. I think I still put this on 6. We have a lot of threats. Ah, 2 blind flips. Jesus. We're gonna lose this game so badly. And this is an Oko. Christ. So we can pour this Snowboard Forest, hopefully. Jesus. 2 blind flips on 3 drops. This is just like not a game for me to win, I guess. Here's some miracles. Is this 2015 Legacy? I wish, then they wouldn't have Oko in their deck. What's this get? Just like a plow? Hey, Lily, stop chewing on the zipper. Get out of here. They're just getting back a Ponder? Sure. I don't feel too comfy about my position, but... What's this? No. Mentor. Well, that's terrifying. Crusader. It's like almost good here. We kind of have to get this sword online. Lily, it's really problematic though, because if they just have a brainstorm, they can just chump block my sword up Batterskull and then we just get dumpstered. We could eventually cast Flick Wisp on the Mentor and see how that goes. But that seems really weak to any follow-up play because the Mentor gets to stick around and just murder me. I don't think we can cast a Sword of Fire and Ice. They still might have Force Negation. They might have shuffled it away, but... This game not going super hot. What's the play here? We know there's a Ponder on the top of their deck, so we're not scared of like counterbalance. If they have Brainstorm, it's really bad news because they can counter every spell in my hand because they can put an Oko on top. If they have a Brainstorm. I think we just can't play as if they have Brainstorm because we can't beat Brainstorm. I think we're just like super dead to it. So I think it's just suit up sort of Fire and Ice on the Germ attack face. They chump block. That's fine. If they don't chump block, we shoot the Mentor or the Jace. Probably the Mentor. Yeah, I think I just have to hope that they have nothing. That worked out. They have Ponder on the top, so I don't get Terminus this turn, so we can port the Snowboard Forest again. cast the Oko now, but the Oko doesn't still have a ton of damage post Oko. Well, that's not an Oko either. They're just hard casting the Terminus. Sure. Now we can revoke the Jace. Hopefully. All this is prefaced by them having a counterbalance in play. We could potentially, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we could revoke the Jace, Flicker Wisp, and port the Snowbird Forest still. Let's cast the Flicker Wisp first, because they're less likely to have a... although they just Jace Brainstormed and they have access to Oko, so they might have a 3 on top. So maybe we cast the Revoker first. Oh, they have a 2 on top. Alright, well that means we have to cast... Flicker Wisp here. Maybe I was supposed to just wasteland this Tundra and port this Plains out of fear of, like, second Terminus. I really want to keep them off of Oko. But I could have still, like, had the wasteland up here. That's probably correct. Brainstorming with Jace, huh? So we know they had a Terminus for a while that's now down, so we don't know about another Terminus yet. That's a Mystic Sanctuary, which could be a Terminus. Nope, it's Trop for Oko, I guess. That's the Ponder we knew about from the first Sanctuary. There's a second Mentor into Oko. They're just dead, right? I know they can Elk the Wisp. They have to Elk the Wisp or they just die here. Yeah. So we can turn off their ability to Terminus me, which is probably pretty good for me. We can not force them to block with the Mentor if they don't have to, but we can still also just unload our hand and not get Terminus and hope that's enough to get through Mentor. Especially with the Mom, there might be a chance. So we equip Sword to the 3/3, just attack their face with both. They can let the Germ Through go to 2 and shut block the Wisp, which is probably the play. I think that's better than taking Jace off the board, putting them at 2. Although giving them more Brainstorms is scary. This is a tricky game. I'm supposed to send this Germ at the Jace, actually. Because of how threatening Mentor is. Nice, that's good for me. So now we can't cast Mom and Crusader and take them off Terminus. So I think I just want to cast Crusader. Because we've already taken 2 mentors off the board. Oh, I guess because they might still have that 3 floating around. This might have been dangerous. Although 1s are way easier to counter. I think they shuffled the Force Negation away by now, though. Because there aren't a lot of things that the Force Negation is relevant against. No, we're not. Wait, no, that flip was blind. Last turn they shuffled on a Ponder, cast a Mentor, cast an Oko. So that was just the 3rd blind flip on a 3 in a row. Hey, Food Discreen, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, my opponent has just blind flipped 3 straight 3-drop. Not straight, but 3 different 3-drops this game. Which is kind of frustrating. Now they have white mana. We currently have lethal, assuming they have, like, nothing. They can't prevent me from killing them. I know they can, because they could just Elk the Astrolabe and block the Wisp and take 4. So yeah, we can't even like lethal them right now based on nothing, yeah. And they have Force Negation hands, so if we draw like a Plow, we still can't kill them. Or we draw more lands. So we send this at their face, and then the Banner Skull at the Jace, I guess. And then we're just gonna like get Terminus and die. Yeah, I feel like we're just in Terminus territory. I might not even cast this Mom. I think we're just getting Terminus. We're not getting Terminus. Maybe I should cast the Mom. Maybe I should cast the Mom because we can never beat Terminus. Might not have been an unrealistic line. Deterministically dead. Yeah, I think we just were like never ever beating Terminus, so I probably should have just like jammed the Mom. It's a really weird game 1. Still frustrated about this counterbalance like randomly 3-for-1ing me. Holy shit, we did it! I don't know how the fuck we won that game. I will take it, certainly. It's not a game that I expected to win. Like, not even a little bit. I think I definitely should have cast the Mom out that turn. I think if my opponent put a Terminus on the stack, I was supposed to just concede. Regardless of me having a Mom in my hand. Alright. I've been having a little trouble sideboarding versus Miracles lately, because there have been a couple schools of thought, and I'm not really sure what I like. Some people have been leaving in more Plows because of Snow Strix, whatever that thing is, Ice Fang Quaddle, and the ability for you to like Plow Elks out of the way to actually be able to attack down Okos, as well as better protection for your Monarchy, because Monarchy is exceedingly hard to defend in 2020 Legacy Miracles matchups because of the aforementioned flash flying creature and hasty Elks from Oko, or hasty because they can just turn the Astrolabe into a thing and hit you. So Plows gain a little bit of equity as such. Like stuff like Mother of Runes also gains some equity because there's a little bit more creature combat involved in the matchup, and Mother of Runes is nice there. Of course, it's still like a pretty big liability because Terminus is so backbreaking. So it's really awkward because you kind of want to cut like some other runes as Sword Plowshares because those have been kind of the go-to cuts in the past. My opponent showed me 2 Monastery Mentors, so I think Plow is very good. I'm down to shave some amount of Mother of Runes. I'm probably cutting like Remorseful. I might even cut the Jailer's like not. Yeah, I might cut Jailer. They didn't show me a Snow Strix, but they did eventually show me the Astrolabe. So Jailer might just be bad versus like that many mentors if they also unlike Snow Strix, Snapcaster, and Oko. I think Remorseful Flare is probably a cut. It's like not. It's like you can like snipe Mystic Sanctuary stuff, but like at the cost of your creature, which is not great. I don't think that sort of Graveyard Hate is really worth it. Just like a random flex things, and you can typically go down on Phyrexian Revokers because it is, while good against Oko, extremely fragile, especially in post-board scenarios, and definitely unreliable. After that, we could cut like the Jite, we could cut the Last Revoker, we could cut another Mom, we could shave a sword, or we could cut like a land. We're getting 3 Cataclysms, so I don't like cutting lands. Maybe we cut like 1 Plow. Well, this hand, not good, as it turns out. My opponent also mulliganed to 6, so. Well, this hand isn't great, but it's got a plan. I wonder if we could have probably maybe shipped a Wasteland. Although, I just want mana-producing lands. I would have kept 6. I think we're supposed to keep 6. Are we really winning with a better 5? Maybe. This 6 is not good. Turn 4 Palace Jailer on the draw, really not getting there. Turn 3 Wisp with no value. What's up, HC Fox? Yeah, maybe we just mulligan for like a reasonable 5. This is not a reasonable 5, not unreasonable either. We're going to keep Land, Mom, Stoneforge, Council's Judgment, I think. Recruiter's a little bit clunky without a Vile Hand. Wisp is just awkward. I think Council's Judgment is kind of necessary to try to like beat an Oko or a Jace. I should be taking less time because that game went really long. I think I like this hand more than our 6. We're gonna draw like a second Crocus and we'll be real sad about it. No, our opponent's just playing Miracles. They don't have any Wastelands. There's no reason to like try to protect our white source. And we just want to be able to curve out on our spells here. I think this Stoneforge might just go get Batterskull. Skull. Our Mother of Runes is alive. Are we gonna do counterspell me? We might just get Terminus. That would suck. This is a really threatening brainstorm. Maybe we're supposed to just get Sword, because, like, I wanted to get I wanted to get Batterskull here because we had the Mom to protect the Stoneforge. So if we untap and get the Batterskull into play, even after we get Terminus, we can like whisk the Batterskull for extra value. This Terminus is real bad news bears though if they have it, which if we get Sword, are we really doing anything with it? Definitely more than if we got Batterskull, that's for sure. What are you doing, Lily? She's just chewing on a toy under the chair. Alright. Well, I think we're grabbing Sword. Sword has a lower... Sword has a higher floor, certainly. I think a lower ceiling based on the context of my hand and board state. No Terminus, alright. Oko time? We rip a white source. No, not Oko time. Predict. They know the top part of their deck, so. Mill Snapcaster, sure. Alright, that doesn't do a lot. Cast an Astrolabe, yeah. Yeah, so this would be a point where I like Batterskull more than Sword, but getting Sword in play here is, like, not bad either. Ooh, we drew a land too, which is very nice. I think we'd still rather than cast Flicker Wisp on our Stoneforge. Oh, I think we'd just rather get this Sword into play. With Mom in play too, it's harder for our opponent to prevent us from getting a trigger here unless they have disenchant. What are they gonna do here? Jace me? Supreme Verdict me? Well. Definitely a case where we'd rather have a Batter Skull than a sword, because we get 2 threats with the Flicker Wisp, but ooh, I'm into that. Actually just shut off our Council's Judgment, which is like a little bit concerning. So it's possible we actually want to play Flicker Wisp here. If we cast Thalia and my opponent just like plays a Planeswalker, our Thalia looks really bad. We do actually cast Wisp here. Thalia doesn't like gum up their plans too much when they're on like 900 mana already. Thalia is protectable with the Crocus, which makes it a little bit more desirable than just like this Flicker Wisp getting plowed when I try to equip it or something. Both have pros and cons. Our opponent is yet to cast a single Source of Plowshares, so it's possible Thalia would be nice here. But it's hard to know what the opponent has, right? Both cards are pretty bad into Jace, because they can just like Jace bounce, just like Time Walk me. If they just like pass the turn, there's no way I can equip this sword, right? I just play Thalia as they go. Oh, damn it, they're passing the turn. I really don't like that. If we draw a 4th land, I might equip. Second Council Judgment. Not great here, but might be great in the long run. My opponent has 5 cards in hand at 4 mana. The opponent's pretty bad by Snowstrix if we don't equip, though. I guess we had a plow. We could have attacked. They Snowstrix, we plow. What's this? Disenchant effect. Okay, sure. It's not the worst thing in the world. Our Wisp is still alive, which is nice. Got a lot less blown out than if they had just a removal spell there, because we still get to hit them. Cool. They're terminating my one thing. That's kind of fine. I assume I'm going to set up with a Planeswalker afterwards. A Mentor? Alright, sure. It'd be nicer to have a Flicker Wisp here to clear the Monk than having a Thalia, but that didn't go horribly. Didn't shuffle on the Ponder. It's kind of scary, but... do we go Shields down on this Thalia to play this Aether Vial? They self-cast 0 Source of Plowshares. I think so. Yeah, there's the punish. I think we're in it for the long haul, though. Are they just going to make a food here? Or like elk my vial? Both of those don't seem like great plays. Alright, I'll take it. Because now we have a threat. Do want to be mindful of my clock here still. We got 9 minutes and we're pretty deep into this game too, so not looking horrible. Yeah, I didn't like like that Oko at all. That Oko use. Alright, well. Now they're probably gonna like elk their Astrolabe here. Nope. Unless they want to use it on defense. They're just gonna like make it food. Alright. Seems good for me. Just be wary they have access to a Mystic Sanctuary now, so playing too hard into a Terminus is bad news. What the shit? Quick line both times is a +1 Astrolabe? Yeah, I agree. Well, we're pretty fucked, huh? So I give them the Teferi, right? They can cast the Teferi, like bounce my Vial, but then they don't get the value of Sven's for like 2 actual permanents. Because they only have 2 Okos in the. Actually, they don't have any Okos in the graveyard right now, but definitely can't give them the Sven's Reclamation because that's just the choice between the two. So I want to give them the worst one, which is going to be the Teferi. It's going to be the Oko if they keep using it badly, but I assume they won't mess it up this time. So giving them the Teferi here seems better. They like bounce my Vial, we play Crusader, and they can't answer it as the board sits. They choose a card. The chosen card will be put in their hand. Okay. Alright. Go for it, opponent. They also, nope. There's their Mystic Sanctuary. So they bounce the Aether Vial here? Yeah. Now they currently don't have any answer to a Mirror Crusader, but the Mirror Crusader also doesn't like kill them in any reasonable time frame. The Svens can get back a fetch land, which represents monastery or sanctuary, and an Oko, which means we're gonna get Terminus and die. We can't like draw Sword of Fire and Ice and just punch them for lethal out of nowhere. Because our Sword of Fire is already dead. We could draw GT. The GT only deals 8 though, and they just naturally drew Mystic Sanctuary, so they don't even have to fetch. Also, they're not at 9, they're at like 12, because they have this food token. Seems like we're going to get Terminus into Ogode and die. From the looks of things. Oh, we're going to get Terminus on my upkeep and die. Even worse. We draw Cataclysm, I guess. We don't die. We're actually pretty ahead if we draw Cataclysm. They didn't shuffle. Shocker. I'll block. Do I block, actually? They have 1 card in hand. I guess it's like just a free 2 damage, right? It's just a bluff, because they're going to Terminus me. Yeah, so the block. If they have a spell to cast, then they don't have to Terminus me, which kind of sucks. Oh, wow. We actually got baited. Wasn't a bluff. We can, like, snap Intuition here. Snap can just ripples into Plow, though, which is about the same. Just means they get to keep the Plow in their graveyard instead of, like, plowing my Crusader. Feels like they would have done better just plowing the Crusader and just hitting me for, like, 3, right? I guess this way they get to kill my Vial, too. I was just thinking they're just gonna, like, cantrip. But, like, I kill off the Monk here. Straw Cataclysm. The only way we're winning this game anyway. Oh, it's a Plow. We can't Plow on their turn. Does that mean I Plow the Snapcaster Mage? No. I'd rather Plow an Elk the following turn, I think. Well, we got 3 Cataclysms in the deck for a reason. That's so we hopefully draw them. This is Sven's Reclamation getting back a land and an Oko. Which is fine. Safe plow for post-Cataclysm Elk. Yeah, I mean, it's possible we just need to plow the Elk, like, this turn because we're taking so much damage. Oh, they didn't hit a snap. Oh, yeah, they had a snap in the graveyard from when they predicted it away, like, 900 turns ago. It's a lot better than a land, that's for sure. But not, like, unreasonably better than a land. We'll just top deck a Cataclysm. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, chat. Just gotta draw Cataclysm this exact turn. One-time dealer. The old 3 out of 45. Come on, Cataclysm. Dicks. Yeah, now we're just dead. If we don't plow, we die on board. If we do plow, if we go to 1, and then we draw Cataclysm, we still can't beat the board. Alright. So, saw a little bit more out of them, which makes me want Rest in Peace a little bit more. After seeing Snapcaster Mage, Intuition, Mystic Sanctuary, I definitely like the Remorseful Cleric more. It's just got better utility than a Rest in Peace. Still want some. We haven't seen a Snow Strix in 2 games. Makes me want Plow less. They do still have Mentor, which is scary. A lot of decisions to be made here. Could just like cut down on more Mother of Runes and just not fight the game on that axis. What does this look like? I feel like Remorse Clark has never felt remorse at anything he's done to opponents. Well, he feels a lifetime of keeping up appearances is not enough to earn an eternity of rest. So I guess he feels remorse about being a shitty cleric in his life. So now he exiles. I don't know what the flavor is. Why is he exiling graveyards? Because he is like he did come out of a graveyard, like because he's a goat. I don't know. It does seem like a flavor fail to have a Rest in Peace and a Remorseful Cleric and play at the same time. Does this look fine to me? Do we want to go down to like 23 lands? I mean, we actually were pretty mana screwed there. Lily's chewing on a toy, and every time I turn around to look at her, she stops chewing on it as if like she's not allowed to chew on it, and she's doing something bad. This looks okay. I would love to play first. This hand's almost what we wanted. One more land. Would have been into it. Alright, I like this hand. We'll ship the Caracas, I think. I don't like the danger of me drawing another Caracas. Probably just cast the Stoneforge Mystic on 2. Especially because they didn't lead with like a thing that can plow my Stoneforge. Could like cycle Canopy on 2. I think we have to get Sword here. We don't have another threat, but grabbing Batterskull in the face of like having absolutely no defense for my Stoneforge Mystic is not great either. Like if they just like sit here and apply my Stoneforge, get you. I'm pretty bummed. We want to draw like Thalia, yeah. Wasteland's not very good. I think this vial's going up to 3, so we can like cast a 2-drop and equip, or crack a can, like cast a 2-drop, crack a Canopy. Probably not. Or we're just gonna like turn 3 Code. Yeah. Game. Elk my vial. Elk the vial. Dang. Never lucky. Man, this is actually kind of like a ballsy play. If I had like had a 2-drop here, they just get. We can't even like clear the Oko, but like we do get a ton of value. just rest in peace right on time to beat my opponent's like very rest in peaceable board state. So let's start by cycling our Horizon Canopy. Yeah, now we're just gonna like die to this Oko. We just have no other threats. We're gonna flood out horribly. Alright, that's fine. It's okay, certainly. We can like cast a Batter Skull at some point. I don't really care about taking the 3 damage here, like by plowing this food or anything. Well, opponent actually is going beatdown mode. Maybe we do want to plow this food. I think Elk my Astrolabe hit me for 8 here, rather than porting them. Yeah, maybe we do actually have to do this. No, they're just making more food, sure. Now we just cast this Batter Skull. Can we draw like Flicker Wisp? Council's Judgment. Oh, right. Alright, we might be able to do something here. Yeah, not dead. This intuition seems phenomenally less good. They should have to get 3 of 1 card. Mentor Teferi? Yeah, you can have a Teferi. You for sure cannot have a Monastery Mentor. It doesn't really matter what land I tap. Because they have Astrolabe. Teferi does what? Bounces my Aether Vial? Sure. Just gonna cast a Batter Skull. Or do we? We can cast Stoneforge, get the Jite, play the Vial, and port them still. I think just getting Stoneforge to play is fine. Stoneforge is better later on with my... I want to play fast. This clock running down is like a real thing. Stoneforge, sure, whatever. Another Oko, that's pretty bad news. Elk the food hit me. Another Plow's nice. For now, we will cast our Batter Skull, though. Kill the Batter Skull. Oh, back to basics, that's fine. So we can plow the food out of the way, equip the Sword of Fire next to the Batter Skull, and hit... I think I have to hit the Teferi, right? Because they can actually bounce my Batter Skull, which is my only threat. Hit player. Oh, we could just shock the Teferi, yeah. That's probably a much better play. Ooh, Flicker Wisp is nice. Hey, Phil, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. can't talk a lot because we're running real low on time here, but we getting Terminus? No, this isn't double white. Oh, there we go. There's double white. We got a Flickerus to rebuild the board. Gotta get their 2 points in first. Wait, isn't Terminus an instant? Because the Teferi plus? Why are they casting it now? I don't know what's happening. Sure. Yeah, my opponent's intuition was way worse because we actually had the rest of piece that we boarded in. Yeah, this is fine. We just get to flicker this food token. Alright, suiting up. I think I just want to keep shooting this Teferi so it can't unsummon my thing. Obviously, unsummoning my Flickerus isn't good, but like I don't want them to like draw cards and like bounce my sword potentially. Making food, sure. Five, six, seven. We technically. Oh no, we don't nearly have lethal anymore. Let's just clear the Teferi. Maybe I should have put them to 3 actually, because the factory that we have. I'm actually just gonna wasteland their tundras so they have less mana. And say go. I guess they're at 8 because they have the food, so they're not like actually dying to the. They would have been at 6, which is only lethal if we do have the mana to animate the factory and equip both things, but that's already 4, 6, 8. That's 10 damage already. Yeah, I mean opponents playing fast. They only had a minute 40 seconds on clock, so I think they misplayed a couple times in those last couple of turns. Whew, that was a match, certainly. That rest the Miser's recipes that we boarded was actually like nuts because their intuition became really, really bad because they only had 2 mentors. Anyway, now that we're actually done with that, thanks for the raid, Phil. Appreciate it. Hello to everyone who was watching Phil's stream. We're jamming some Death and Taxes here. That's when you use intuition to get 3 lands out of your deck. Yeah, the intuition for like 2 mentors and a Teferi. I was like, yeah, you can have this Teferi, sure. Not even need to show the our. Oh, you should have seen the game 1 arc, and our definitely had to flex our Death and Taxes muscles. Oh no, Lily, you're not allowed to do that. You're a toy. Ugh. She tore a hole in it. You got a bunch of other things to chew on right over there, Lily. Just go lay down. Don't chew on the thing that you're gonna break. 5-0 with the Destiny Spinner Chairs? Oh yeah, I saw that list. That's pretty sick. That sounds good. Yeah, file, Momport, 3 drops, deal. mulligans to 6. Alright. 1 mulligans to 5. I forget who said it. I think it was someone on Twitter that was just like, when your opponent mulls to 6, you're happy. When they mull to 5, you're scared. Because like when they mull to 6, maybe they just had a bad 7. When they mull to 5, it's usually they're doing some nonsense. It looks like my opponent just had a bad 7 and 6 though, which I'm into. Looks like we're playing the mirror. We don't get to answer their mom, but we get it at Vile and they don't, which is pretty nice. Just got paired against your round 1 opponent. Oh, there you go. Now you know what they're on. Well, that's terrifying. That is pretty mortifying. Whoa, yeah, that attack seems bad. Alright, well, I guess we get to hope that they don't have a 3rd land, or they could... Actually, we could, like, trade moms, and they get GTA counters, and then we could try, like, Flicker Wisp the GTA from there, so yeah. We're not, like, in a horrible spot here. Sure. What are you possibly going to use that mana for, opponent? Why represent... I'm all for, like, floating mana for, like, bluffs, but sometimes you don't have the bluff. There's nothing to bluff there. Alright, let's hope they don't have a Source to Plowshares. Alright, still in it. Wasteland. Well, we definitely want to keep porting them, I think, rather than trying to develop. I guess we could just cast Mirror Crusader here instead, but I like keeping my opponent off of casting anything because they missed their land drop, and we have a Vial. Maybe opponent's main-nicking Silence because of Breach. Yeah, and they're just going to like cast the Silence in their upkeep. Like, if there was a card they could feasibly cast there, then yeah, sure, float your mana. But, yeah, see, they didn't float their mana this turn. Alright, looks like we might be stabilizing here, because they're missing land drops, so we get to Vial in our motley crew. Next turn we can just cast a Flicker Wisp to untap our land to port them, because we have a backup. We have a backup Wisp, and I think we just want to get our clock going. Or we can just double port them. I guess that's better. He sounds with Breach on set. Yeah, I mean, I understand what it does versus Breach. I don't understand what it does in the scenario where I port them on my upkeep, is my point. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you can float your other mana too. Go for it. Yeah, cast your 2 mana spell. Double plow my mom. They hit the 3rd land drop. I think I kind of want Crusader in play here. Crusader doesn't get to hit them through the mom, unless we use our mom to attack them, but that seems like kind of loose. If we put in a Wisp here, we're losing equity on our Wisp being able to do other things. As well as, on like the next end step, we might be able to Flicker Wisp targeting their Mother Runes and hit them for 7, rather than hitting them for 6 over 2 turns. I think I want the Crusader. Also, we like drawing equipment. Crusader here is just the nut. Maybe I'm giving them too much time to find lands. Well, it's not great. I guess when we hit 6 mana, we can just port cast Athalia. Save Flicker Wisp when they target with Monarch. Man, I think they're very far away from casting a Palace Jailer. Can we take them off all their mana next turn with Whisk? Yeah, I don't think I need to. I think I just want to try to push for damage by targeting the Mom. We're flooding out pretty badly, and Mana Screw beats Mana Flood if you give them too much time. So I think I just want to push as much damage as possible. Yeah, now we get to that on this Wisp here and target their Mother of Runes. This spell kind of acts as a like a weird kind of Rashadan port here, because we just don't port the Caracas now, and if they want to prevent the 2 damage, they have to be using up their Caracas mana. They don't have anything else to do, obviously, it doesn't matter, but... Activate port on my tapped land to do it. Yeah, respect. Respect, opponent. So we have... Okay, they're just dead. Trying to work out the math there. We have 6, 10. Technically have lethal, but I mean, they have Caracas. So we don't actually have lethal there, but... Alright. This sideboard is like pretty light on stuff for the mirror. We have a pretty easy 5-for-5 swap, but we don't have any like big haymakers. We had to cut all our Thalias in the Prelate and board in like pretty good cards. GTA clearly unplayable. My opponent did cast Mother of Runes into Umezawa's GTA and then like lose handedly, but obviously that was because they stumbled on mana and then we double ported them out of the game. Mr. Parker, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Also, sorry I missed Fine and Andy for the follow when Phil came in with the raid. So appreciate both those. Cataclysm because they'll never expect it. Oof, this hand is a little bit rough. This hand has a turn 1 Mom on the draw, no answers to my opponent's Stoneforge Mystics, no Stoneforge Mystics of my own. Port's a lot harder to leverage without a Vial. I think this hand is pretty bad. Alright, this hand has a bunch of removal. Definitely, more worthwhile. We'll put back the Rashadan port. Like I said, harder to leverage without Vial. And Knight Rider 79, thanks for the follow. No Vial. Nice. Alright, we can beat a Mom. Please stop drawing lands, deck. Ooh, that did not sound good. I'll be right back. Sounded like my cats just shattered something. Jesus. So, sorry about that. What did my opponent do? They got Powder Skull, so probably already have GT. Probably should have wastelanded this Caracas and played Mom instead. But, dealing with a crisis. Yeah, Manic Vandal's right. Fucking dog knocked over a bottle of alcohol, shattered it all over the ground. It's Friday night, can't go a little wild in his own home. So now I've locked both of them up in our other guest room, which is deemed the cat room. Just chatting with my opponent about why I was gone as well. Good thing they waited until you're playing a nice quick match before I was like, yeah, I know, right? Wasting 5 minutes in the mirror is like so bad. Yeah, definitely want to do a Wasteland Caracas this turn, but Caracas is also like the thing you want to Wasteland the least, but I think it just fits into my curve better anyway. I don't think I wanted to path this, even though they got Batter Skull with it. Batter Skull is just not that threatening. So yeah, I locked up the cats for now, so they don't get into it. I cleaned up most of the mess, but I wanted to scour for stray shards of glass. I definitely didn't want the cats to be around that unsupervised. I don't really want to cast Wisp here. I kind of want to Wisp with a Germ, if anything, so we can just port. Hold up Path, just in case they do have the GTA or something. Yep, I need to put in the Batter Skull. Got it. I'm gonna activate the Stoneforge here. Yeah, put in the GTA, but they can't connect even if we didn't have the path, because we have the Mom, so. Near time to sabotage a 5-0 we're gonna, I mean, we're 1-0 right now, so. Interesting, that tracks. Probably should have attacked with the Germ first, because I wouldn't have blocked. But now we can, because they're tapped out. Yeah, now this block is just free. Now we get to Wisp the Germ token. Oh man, I want to cast Eat Your Heart Out Giver, yeah. I want to cast this Aether Vial, but we don't think we can. We want to Wisp the Germ and still leave up the ability to cast Path to Exile. Yeah, there's definitely good odds that Vial matters. There's also decent odds that my opponent could like punish me for not holding up this path. Also flooding out pretty badly. My opponent had to play a second Caracas here, so they probably don't have more lands. So it's possible that like Wasteland plus ports in the future turns is really good. If they have a Swords to Plowshares or a Flicker Wisp, though, things go really... I guess Flicker Wisp doesn't really matter. The Flicker Wisp my mom, we can pro-white the Wisp. If they have a Plow on the mom, we have to pro-white the Wisp, and then we're just really out of ways to help with this GTO during following turns. So I think we just have to pass. If they just have the Plow, they get to kill my Mother of Runes, which is really bad for me. Because we don't have a solid answer to this GT. So all they need is like a single source of Plowshares. They would have cast it the turn that my mom entered play, which was turn 2. And it's turn 5 now, so they had like 3 draw subs to have one they didn't have originally. If I recall. This game's a little chaotic from my memory. They could also have Council's Judgment, which would have been also a punish. There's an argument to just play the Wisp over the Vial. It's also possible. But those still get punished by Swords Plowshares, right? Because I don't have 2 creatures in play, so they just plowed the mom. Oh, then I'm holding up the path. Never mind. Yeah, Wisp. So Wisp just resets their Batter Skull, which is still pretty scary. Don't fire off this path on anything. Nothing's worth pathing here. I need to draw something good. Stoneforge or GT. GT would just be the nut. Plow's not bad either. We can Wasteland this Caracas, cast Aether Vial. And still just sit on our hands here and port them. Don't really think we need to leave up 2 removal spells. I think porting them when they're mana tight like this is probably better for me. I feel weird way saying Caracas Mirror. I feel better about it because they already Lotus Petal to Caracas for the second one. So it's like a punish if they have the 3rd. But yeah, Caracas is usually the land you want to Wasteland the least. This attack's interesting. So we can just block with the Wisp and pro-white it. If they have a removal spell on the Wisp, that's fine. Our Mother of Runes gets to live. They're attacking with this Germ too, I missed that, but I don't think I care about that. This might just be an opportunity to get my Mother of Runes out of commission in exchange for the Stoneforge Mystic. That's fine, because we also have 2 removal spells. So we're kind of okay with that. Oh, they just tossed their Stoneforge into the void. Okay. That's fine. More removal spells, alright. Well, we're still not attacking, that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a misplay. They just threw away their Stoneforge Mystic for no reason. Unless they had some sort of intention. No real reason to do that. Sure. Yeah, now they're just attacking with both of them again. I mean, I'm gonna take the bait. Yeah, so they have a removal spell here? They're killing the mom, though. Sure, but now I get to kill 2 of your creatures. Those paths look kind of horrid. Yeah, they don't look great right now, but luckily we don't have to cast them yet. There's a chance they look reasonable down the line. Removal spells definitely look good on this board right now. Stoneforge Mystic. I'm so good at this game. We actually can't get our GTA online this turn, though, right? Because we just get 2 counters, and then they get to equip the Germ and get 2 counters, and we can't stop it because our removal spells are down. We do just get to like port them, Violent Stoneforge, get the GTA, and hold up removal spells and kill the Germ, though, so that's also fine. So attack, because we're not blocking. I'm thinking about wastelanding me here. Man, what if Batter Squad reach? I kind of forget my opponent was at a jillion life. Alright, well, it's down. It's fine, I was gonna... It's kind of like a Rashad port. Doesn't mean we actually don't get our GTA cooking this turn unless we draw land, though. Which is something that's notable. We could just rip a land, though. That'd be nice. Getcha. Opponent is at a million. Let's top deck a land, please. We're gonna take this out to 3. That's not a land. Oh well. We're gonna play around like a Council Judgment, put this in sorcery speed and miss a damage, I think, or put this in instant speed, I think, and miss a damage. Hardly matters. Opponent's looking increasingly dead. Yeah, you're not wrong. They could like land Flicker as their Batter Skull or something. Yeah, that's not gonna do it, opponent. To the Stoneforge. I don't know, so much life, they're clearly winning. You got me there. I think we're just supposed to aggressively use these GTA counters to get my opponent dead. Just like be pumping every turn. Might even Council Judgment this Aether Vial next turn. Never mind. Angel's Mercy gang. I'm gonna go double check that the cats are actually locked up after this match. I can't tell if they are. It sounds like they are. I'm pretty sure I locked them up. They have a habit of escaping because they're cats. Clearly I should have grabbed clearly I should have grabbed Sword of Fire and Ice. If all I'm doing is dealing 4 damage with my GTA. It's possible I still want to Council Judgment this Aether Vial. Also, I wanted to just actually Council Judgment this GTA since I had a bunch of free mana this turn. Well, it's getting increasingly unlikely that I exile one of these Aether Vials. We do have to be wary of once this vial hits 3, though, because they've been pretty choked on being able to put a 3-drop into play. If they have something like Recruiter, there's a chance they could pull back here before we can draw enough to kill them. think we just pump the Stoneforge once. If it's Revoker, we don't necessarily need to kill it. If it's got 2 toughness, then I don't know, we have a bunch of paths in our hand. It's a Stoneforge Mystic, so it's fine. We can just clear it. Oh, they have the thing in hand, huh? Oh, there's jump blocking, sure. Do I want to Judgment this Aether Vial? Vaguely. But not really. They have sort of Fire and Ice and 2 unknowns in hand, so it's like not that scary. We can just put the Chalice Judgment on the stack next turn too, and like exile hit the Vial on 3 if we want. Or we just like path / GT down whatever they put in, likely like a Flicker Wisp on my GT, but then we get to just ping the thing and just like pump our Stoneforge or something. There's a bunch of removal spells, so it's kind of hard pressed for this match to go wrong at some point. Definitely thinking about something here. This makes me like kind of nervous. Hello, stack triggered abilities, thank you. I think we're just sending everyone to the red zone and seeing how it goes. Yeah, they're clearly thinking about something, but they're hard-pressed to do something that manages to handle my hand of Path Judgment. So this can resolve. If it's just a Recruiter, that's whatever. This can also resolve. If they can get like Phyrexian Revoker if they want. If that's their line, then we can just Path the Revoker and we're fine. They have like a Charming Prince or something, then it probably is better to just ping with the trigger on the stack, but I don't think it's a huge deal regardless. But I'll just not ping it. They grab Palace Jailer. That doesn't seem super great for them. Because we only have the 2 threats, but 2 is kind of a lot of threats. They could have like more to unload on these Aether Vials here to try to take the board from me. If they activate the Vial on 2, we'll ping the Recruiter. And probably pump. Maybe they have a Plow. They're preventing me from getting. But yeah, they do. Yeah, that's fair. They don't know my hand isn't like just a million removal spells. Interesting, just blocking. Sure. I'll just sit on my 9,000 GT counters and play my land, and then say go. So we're I still don't think I care about casting this Council Judgment. We could like take them off of this Palace Jailer for a turn, but also we have Factory, so it's like 3 creatures, so it's just like insanely hard for them to actually do anything with their Palace Jailer here. Taking up to 2, 3, 4. They need a lot here. They need like 3 Phyrexian Revokers. Walking Ballista. Kills my Flicker Wisp, which is kind of annoying, but we have Factory. So maybe this was their plan. Kill my Flicker Wisp, Jailer the Stoneforge, hope I don't have anything else, but we do, so not great for them. Sure, this resolves. We can't do anything about it. Yeah, that resolves. We can't do anything about it. They can like Jailer me on end step or something. No, we can actually put the. Oh, no, they're just putting it in now. Sure. This resolves. If they have like a Flicker Wisp, then maybe they could do it. Otherwise, this is just really bad for them. They could draw into a Flicker Wisp here. Kill this Palace Jailer. This is a 2, so if it's just something that a chump block, we just path it out of the way, so this can resolve even if it's Phyrexian or Revoker. It's just Stoneforge Mystic. So we just path it out of the way. This means that they don't have Flicker Wisp, but they're super dead. I guess I could have just pinged it twice. Whoops. Oh, whatever. Still had all these, I guess. Maybe I just wanted to pump. Yeah, we get our Stoneforge here. We can go get our own Batter Skull. I think we want Batter Skull over Sword because we just want creatures, but yeah, they're super far behind. And yeah, now we're drawing cards. Yeah, my opponent is pretty dead here now. We have a GTA with 9 billion counters. They draw exactly Flicker Wisp. They didn't have Flicker Wisp last turn, so they have to have Wisp. Like they have to top deck a Wisp, and then that all that does is like get the Wisp killed, and we still need to like crush them with the GTA. I guess we port, because why not? The opponent needs like a lot of Council's Judgments, and we get to like port. I had to give them the option of like having like land Council's Judgment or something here. Because I path them instead of just pinging the thing twice. Yeah, they need a lot, and they're at 5 life, so they don't have a lot of time to find it. I can kind of respect the Jailer play now, looking at it. Oh, there's a start. I'm gonna gain like 4 life on this. They're probably going to just choose. They have to choose the GTA, right? But I don't think the life gain's gonna matter. There's not a world where they choose Stoneforge Mystic though. We just gain all the life. If they want to vote Stoneforge Mystic, they're just like unbelievably dead to the monarchy. Yeah. Pretty good draw. Yeah, we give them the out by pathing them instead of like pinging the thing twice. Don't really think it matters because they're at 3 and we get like a Batter Skull and a Stoneforge and a Mishra's Factory and And a partridge in a pear tree. Sure, I think if you get the batter skull, that doesn't matter. We can deal 3 through most things this turn. Yeah, GG's. Alright, let me just double check that the cats are actually locked up. I believe they are, but I'm not positive. Lily, you're not going outside. Oh, they're not. They're not in fact locked up, they have escaped, so I'll be right back again, chat. Alright. You'd have been so screwed game 3, yeah. We were definitely running short on time there. Alright. God, super long Miracles match into like Death and Taxes, where my cats decided to shatter a bottle of alcohol in the other room. Tends to lead towards a long league. Lily, please go lay down. Free the pupper. She gets to hang out here with me. The cats are the ones that get locked up. It'd be madness if I had to lock the cats and the dog in here. Jesus. Lily's just hanging out. Say hi. Savior MTG, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Fill the stream with animals. Oh god. If my girlfriend were also home, maybe. Just because I could have a brief reprieve if things get too chaotic, but I'm the only one home right now, so if shit hits the fan, then like I have no one else to deal with things. So I'm trying to keep things as chill as possible, which means hopefully Lily is chill for a stream, and the cats get to be locked up because they can't do any huge amounts of damage. Unless they break out of their room, which they have been known to do on occasion. Hopefully it means setting up a sick dog cam one day when Lily actually likes to lay down. Hello, Lily. Lily, please go lay down. Hello, dog. Hello, pupper. Please stop licking my hands. Lily, come on. Go lay down. You got toys to play with? You have a pillow to sleep on? No, why? Why must you be down here? I did say toys to play with, and then she went and very loudly played with toys. So I guess I got what I deserved. Sorry about the toy sounds, chat. Monkey's paw. Go play with toys. Lily just goes and plays with the toys as loudly as possible. Aggressive dog-based ASMR, yeah. No, she's just being an idiot. Yeah, go lay down. You got a toy. You can go chew on it and lay on your pillow. You don't need to chew on it on me. Playing with thousands of falling pianos. Okay. All right, let's have some quick matches, please. That's pretty good. Keep on the draw, no play until turn 2 is like kind of scary in the World of Legacy, but we got a variety of turn 2 plays and like Sanctum Pearl and stuff. Pretty well situated against a wide variety of matchups here. is this? Could be like Depths, Gak, Ancient Tomb. I think Eldrazi then? Seen Eldrazi Stompy with Once Upon a Time. That's totally fine. Our hand is nothing but creatures. So what's the deck to beat / the deck Reddit is complaining about Legacy right now? I think the deck that Reddit is complaining about right now is probably the Jeskai Breach deck. I think other people like to complain about the Oko decks too, yeah. This is just Eldrazi. Thought Not Me, it's like bad obviously, but still okay because we have double Stoneforge. This looks like they're actually casting an Endless one though. Oh. That's pretty horrifying. Take a lot of damage. Hopefully they don't have more of those. Definitely just need to Stoneforge for Batterskull. Six mana. Uh-oh. Please no Endbringer? And honestly, like, any payoff is like, we don't want to see like Thought-Knots or... Oh, that's bad too. Let's trust Sword Supply Shares. Please. Pretty please. Pretty please. Alright, oh, that's terrifying. They have a bunch of giant monsters. Draw Terminus, yeah. I mean, we're gonna cast a Stoneforge, go to 1. The following turn we'll have 4 mana, but we can't crack the canopy, so we can't like play over or something to chump block the Endless one and Batterskull for this. Or we'd block Batterskull and Endless one. We'd go to 5, but we wouldn't have a thing to chump the trample damage here. Lily's getting antsy. I think we're just... We could top deck like... No, Sword Supply Source doesn't even do it. Because of the Thorn. If we draw like 4th land that isn't Horizon Canopy into like Flicker Wisp, I think, is our only plan. And assuming they have nothing. 24 lands is a lot. Some people have been playing 25. I actually cut a land today to play the 4th Wisp. This is just like any creature. We're just unbelievably dead. Thought-Knots here. Hey, Lily, get out of the trash. Hey. Oh, well, that's a really big Endless one. There's the Plow. Yeah, not good enough. Not nearly good enough. Yeah, because if we can cast the Plow for 1 mana, we still can't even do anything this turn. Yeah, kind of just got dunked. Definitely happens sometimes versus Eldrazi. Alright, cut all these Mother Runes, shave like... Actually cut the Prelate. If we want to bring in some number of Cataclysms, they're a little bit... they're a lot worse versus the Stompy variants, but they're not bad. Sometimes I'll shave like a Thalia or 2 for like some Cataclysms. They're better on the play than the draw. Because they are, like, they do have the late game of being like a big mana deck. Sometimes, if they just like flood out, they have like the inevitability with Eye of Ugin and stuff. So sometimes it's not bad to just like have a Kata or something to rat them with. And Thalia is like not very good in the matchup, so it's not unreasonable for that to be a plan. But sometimes you want to like curve out with 2 drops. In fact, Thalia, nah, I think flying is probably more important than First Strike. This looks okay. Play first, yes. This hand's kinda close. It needs to hit a land on turn 3 to be okay. Remorse Clerics are pretty weak too. We have not a lot of superpower. I guess Crusader's an okay 3. Council Judgment is a good 3. This is definitely not going to win against Eldrazi's best hands. I don't even know if it wins versus their middling hands, but it does like a 6-card hand beat their middling hands. I think the card we're more scared of is Thought-Knot Seer, and if that's the case, we don't want to mulligan. I think this hand is like a begrudging keep. I could be wrong though, because we don't have any like early interaction spells. If they like turn 2 Thought-Knot, take my Judgment, we can at least hopefully cast a turn 3 Mirror Crusader, which can block a Thought-Knot Seer and trade with it. But Mulligan's is 6, that's also good for us. Yeah, at least this match is going to be quick. I did get what I wished for. Finger on the Monkey's Paw Curls. My opponent just like smushes me with nut draws in for 2 games. Keep a 6. We want to hit a white source in the next 2 draws. If we miss, we have like this Rashan board, which isn't great, but is something. It's like most of our lands are good draws, because like Wasteland's a fine draw, because at least it delays more. All of our white sources are good. The only bad draw would be like a second port, I think. Man, I almost want to port this over playing Remorseful Cleric. Depends on what we draw here. Their land is good. They just said land go. Really makes me want to port this Ancient Tomb over developing a 2-1. I think I am. Didn't have anything here. But does that mean am I casting a Mirror Crusader next turn? If they just like play another Soul Land as they go, probably. Because I think turning them off of casting a spell like with 4 mana is better than, we don't know how many like lands they're gonna have, but wants quick matches, first game actions for your opponent. I mean, I want quick matches. That doesn't mean I'm gonna like play suboptimally to finish games quick, or otherwise I would just turn off Moto. I would just stop streaming. But yeah, I think preventing them from being on like the Thought-Knot Seer turn this turn is nice. But it's possible we can't prevent like a Thought-Knot Seer the following turn if they have another Soul Land. Yeah, like this Eye. Silly, not floating me out of response. Yeah, that's right. I was really hoping we just drew Aether Vial so I could just port again. The fact that they played Ivugan makes me like kind of think that they don't have more reasonable lands. It's possible that they do, especially if it's like City of Traders or something. They definitely would play Ivugan here first. Or if they have a Thought-Knot Seer and they're like, if we draw a Temple or another Ancient Tomb, playing the Eye here lets us cast a Thought-Knot Seer. So the Ivugan isn't necessarily a tell, but I think it's non-threatening enough that I'd rather just get this file down and port again. That is the first spell they've cast, huh? It's a good draw, I guess. Probably one of the first times someone has cast a free 1-spot time on turn 3. Yeah, so now they can cast their Thought-Knot Seer or something, but they have to take my Council's Judgment. Oh, Endless One fucking deal. We just get to wisp this. Yeah, now I think our porting turns are over. I think we need to start playing to the board here. They have plenty of mana. That Vial was like the best possible draw on the turn I like wanted to port. There's the City. I got a lot of mana, but nothing they can play is like super threatening at this point. What the hell is this? It's just a really big Endless One? Oh, a really big Walking Ballista. I guess I can just plow it. If they had like 2 creatures, it'd be nice to have like a Council's Judgment here, but I think just hold up Plow, port their City of Traders, and like Violent Remorseful Cleric's probably good enough here. If they want to like pay 2 life to pump their Ballista, that's great for me, right? just like take an extra 2 damage and like tap their ancient tomb for no reason. Deal. Now we're pretty well set up, especially if we draw a 4th land and just get to cast Cataclysm against this mana base. They don't have anything. They have 4 cards in hand. What do they have? Zipline. How did judging go? Thalia's not great. I think I'd rather port them than even like play a Thalia. Ballista copies and Endbringers. Oh, wait. Oh, you mean Endless ones? They haven't shown us any Endbringers yet. Bunch of Reality Smashers and Endbringers. I think if they had like an Endbringer, they wouldn't have pumped that Ballista. It seems like kind of loose, because they could easily just cast an Endbringer, which is way better. Maybe I just want to cast the Thalia. Probably not. I'd probably rather just port. We could like file in probably Crusader just to like crunch them. We could also have the possibility of filing in Recruiter if we need to. Go get some flex options. What you got in that hand, opponent? Be like a Warping Whale? The Stompy variant? I don't know. Alright, what do we got here? Thought-Nuts here? Smusher. That's fine, we can Judgment it. I think we're just taking 5, putting in Crusader, untapping, Judgmenting. We're just racing. Alright, we got lethal on the board. We can beat a blocker because we can recruit a Wisp. You can hear the cats throwing themselves at the door. Fucking idiots. There's no way they escaped again, right? It definitely sounds like footsteps running through the hallway. Did they fucking open a closed door? There's no way. This fucking mad lads. I might need to end the stream early with these fucking cats. Why aren't I here? At what? In Phoenix? Because I'm bad and didn't qualify for the Pro Tour? I've played exclusively in Legacy BTQs and then not done well in them. Yeah, I might need to call the stream early with these cats doing nonsense. Yeah, if they escaped again, I think I'm going to have to end the stream after this round. Because I can't, by myself, supervise 3 animals. Cats, no rest, no mercy, no matter what. Yeah, seriously. I have no idea how do they open a door? They don't have opposable thumbs. The doorknob, like, it's not like a handle they can just pull down. They have to physically turn it. There's no way they open that door. Cats don't need to be watched. They need to be watched when one of them just shattered a bottle of alcohol on the ground. That's the big thing. Walking Ballista, that's kind of annoying. Once again, man, is that sort of Parahouse Cats. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, this Walking Ballista's like kind of obnoxious. We can go get a Flicker Wisp with this and just force them to use their Ballista more proactively. If they like clean up my stuff too, and I only have like one creature left, we just get to cast Cataclysm and kill them as well. Went on Jailer. I didn't really want to take the Vial up because we have the Cataclysm. I think just attacking like this is fine. So they'll block ping ping. Hey, all time, thanks for the 20-month resub. 4 months till 2 years of Strangling Town. Appreciate the support. I think they were okay, so this is fine. Exile your graveyard, idiot. Got him. They ping the Recruiter here. I wonder if I just Wisp it. Probably not. We just cast Cataclysm. And just hold up the Wisp, yeah. Alright, yeah, they did. It's time for a Cataclysm. Goodbye, opponent's lands. Where are we casting Cataclysms? Yeah, definitely. Just triple Stone Rain. There are 4 life. We have a Crusader in play. Oh, that's another Eye in hand, though. Oh no, they got me. Wisp does not kill their city. Wow, keeping city. I guess that might be the best land. It's only when they play another land, not when another land enters the battlefield. But yeah, they're just dead. I'm just not even going to put in this Wisp, I don't think. I'm just going to attack them for 4. Hey, we did it. Reading punishes me again. It happens. Sideboard. It's possible we want to cut a Cataclysm for like a Thalia, but Thalia, again, not good in this matchup, is just a 2/1 first strike, mainly. First strike just happening to be a little bit more relevant in like a super creature combat based matchup, but I think Cataclysm's good for those corner cases where you don't want them like they have a bunch of mana, like kind of in that situation. You don't want them trying something really scary. Then we can just hit submit again. Ugh, this hand. This hand looks a lot worse on the draw and doesn't have a 2-drop like the other one did. I think we can afford to go to 6 here. I think this hand's beating. My opponent kept 7. I don't think my hand's beating a 7. Should play Silent Clearing instead of Rising Abbey to make you think a splash of what? The black splash? Oh fuck. I think this hand's fine on 6. We have Wasteland Port. That's probably our only real game plan. We put away this Batter Skull. Probably just like wastelanding any soul land that they play here. They're gonna like to turn on Chalice me. This isn't turn 1 Chalice. It's turn 1 Eldrazi Mimic or Endless One. I think I'm snapping off a Wasteland's Temple still, rather than playing the Vial. I want to stop them from thought-knotting me as much as possible. They have like less soul lands. Cells Persecution of Thoughtseize. Oh yeah, those very commonly played Death and Taxes cards. Those non-creature spells. Why am I not bluffing green stuff? Green splash on the Horizon Canopy. Oh, well, that's scary. So the plan is that they don't have... People play Black Splash D&T. People do not play Thoughtseize and Cells Persecution in Black Splash D&T. I'm hoping they don't have, like, another Soul Land. Yeah, so we can hopefully delay, like, Thought-Knot Seers and stuff. They might have a Spirit Guide, which would be bad for me. Please just, like, cast a 3/3 Endless One. Please. Fuck. This is looking bad. We need to draw... I don't even know what we need to draw. Something. I think I heard... them jumping at the door, so they might still be locked up. Maybe they didn't figure out how to open doors. Draw, like, I guess Sword Splashers just be a good draw. That's not as good, certainly. So they didn't play a Soul Land, so the likelihood of them reality smashing me here isn't that good. I think I just want to play the Remote Square trade with this Endless One to try to stem the bleeding at least somewhat. Throw a shit ton of catnip in the room. sucks though, because Lily just laid down, and if I get up and open the door, Lily's 100% going to get up and get excited again. Hey, thanks for the good luck, Yaz. Not going too hot right now, but... Aren't snow-covered planes strictly better? Yeah, but they're strictly worse because then you have to play with snow-covered planes, and who wants to do that? Yeah, we just want to take this trade, stem the bleeding. That's a punish for playing out the Rashad Port. I was playing the Rashad Port in case we drew like Wasteland, so we can still do both in the same turn. Let's draw Stoneforge Mystic would be okay. Swords of Plowshares, it's not great. Yeah, but no one thinks if your opponent goes snow-covered plains, plow your thing. No one thinks, oh, they're on miracles. But what? Oh yeah, no, we're good. Thought I was autopiling and I just did that main phase for a second. Well, this mimics bad news because it's now a 2-turn clock instead of a 3-turn clock. Still draw Swords of Plowshares, which would be an excellent draw. Yeah, that's more a player fault than a tech building fault, though. Take this file up to 3. Yeah, we're just dead. Dang. Drew... 8 lands. It happens. I gotta double check that these cats are still locked up. If they're not, I gotta end the stream. Really? No. Okay, nope, they're good. They are in fact locked up. The running around I hear is them still being locked up in their room, which is good. We're still okay. They can't actually escape the doorknob. Pretty sure that Dawn has done it before. Now Lily's up again. Lily, please go lay down again. You're being so good. But then I stood up, and then of course, because I stood up, you had to immediately take action. This hand's got a lot of Mothers of Runes. Proko opened up your stream and decided to watch YouTube and said, wow, what a jerk. Lily, go lay down. Gold Rook. I recognize my opponent's name. I hope they're not a Storm player, because this hand is very bad against Storm, but I feel like by their name. Comment on my shitty Remorse Cleric and Latch. Dude, Remorse Cleric's actually been really good. Every time I come into the stream, I'm hoping to see a Wasteland Strangler. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is, in fact, Storm. Remember that time I top-8'd that modern 10k with Wasteland Stranglers on my deck all the time? And that deck was so bad. Yeah, that Thoughtseize choice. Let's try Thalia. Professional Magic player time. Thalia top deck. Dang, unlucky. That deck was fire. I think I want to cycle this canopy more than I want. Although, now that I think about it, I'm not sure. Assuming we don't die here, what are the stats on drawing Sanctum Prelate or Recruiter in addition to Thalia's? Or 2 draws to find Thalia? 2 draw steps at 4 hits or 1 draw step at 7 hits? I think the 2 draw steps has to be better, right? I'm not a math major. Of course, we're gonna hit the no infinite punish. Shit. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if that was correct. I think it is statistically. Someone who's better at math, please tell me later. Wow, infinitely punished. We're gonna like die on turn 3. I'm gonna be very sad about it. I could have recruited for Thalia this turn. Stompy time. Yeah, Plague Engineer. They could technically not be on Storm, but I have an inkling that my opponent's a Storm player. I think I recognize their name. I guess it is possible that they're not from their opening lands. But I think they are. If we're not dead this turn by some miracle of God, and they are on Storm, then we do get to get them. Triple moms. We got a lot of moms. Holy shit, we're alive. Alright, chat. Is my opponent on Ant? I think they are. I'm pretty sure they are. So we just recruit her up Sanctum Prelate and put it on 4, and then the game ends, right? But on some... Double Island is unconventional for Ant. I think Double Island's the norm. 3 base 6 is very... Yeah, 3 base... I mean, it's possible that they're not. I think I recognize Goldrook being a Storm player. If Mother Reference... Yeah, I think we really gotta put it, like, because if they're on like some weird control, I don't think a control deck's just going to like Thoughtseize me, take Wisp, and then like cantrip, and like do nothing this whole time. I think they're more likely to be Storm than like a control deck. Recruit her into Prelate and then win the game if they're on Ant. I think that's the plan. There's just like a possibility they're not on Ant, right? And then if that's the case, then we just get wrecked. But I think we're just gonna give them the business here. I have a distinct recollection of my opponent being... We can also not put in the Prelate if we want. Put it in later. They're just gonna like play Engineer named Human and just like get me. I think if I just sit on this Prelate, I can't really get punished, right? If they are on Storm, like, they can't kill me. We can just wait. If they cast like a Plague Engineer or something wild, I mean, we just immediately lose the game on the spot. But if they do something to show that they're like not on Ant, then we can put the Prelate on a different number potentially. I think we just like let my opponent do whatever though. And as soon as they like show their hand, yeah, they're not gonna be able to massacre me game 1. If they're on test, we can put it on like 2, but also I guess we just put it on 4 anyway. We have 3 moms, so they don't have a lot of. We should be fine. If they are on a Storm variant, I don't think they can win. I think their goal is to try to trick me into not putting the Prelate on 4. Yeah, I mean, if they cast up, if they're just like suddenly a Plague Engineer deck, we're just like, the game just ends on the spot, right? Because we have 3 mobs and a Recruiter of the Guard in play. I'm pretty confident they are on Storm, though. They could have been like some wild Doomsday list. I think I'm just gonna... I think this is Ant. I have the Inkling. In 2017, they top 8 with Doomsday. the perfect result for me to figure out. I don't know why I'm leaving the one mom up, but I think if they're on ant, it doesn't matter, and they're just dead. Clearly they're a filthy combo player, yeah, like 3 years ago. But I do think that, I think I recognize Gold Rook as being an ant player. I think I've played against them before at some point. Man, clearly I should have put this prelate on 1. Look at all the 1-drops they've cast. That's bad. Floated Strain means not ant. Why did they do it like that? Floated Strain, row, yeah, that's right. We might just be getting fucked now. Got outplayed. We're gonna cast a Show and Tell, put in Omniscience, and like, why isn't our prelate on 3? Could still be blue-black Omni, I guess. Oh, they are Doomsday. Look at that. Should have put the prelate on 3. We only have 6 in play because we're not attacking with this mom thug. We might also just be like dead here. They have 3 cards in. I don't know. Oh no, they're taking half damage. So they have to kill me here, but they might very well kill me. Yeah, definitely would probably not have sniffed out Doomsday. Yeah, I assume they're just gonna kill me. Yeah. A hot tub time machine back to 2017. Oh, I guess we get to see their whole deck. Wow, Teferi Time Raveler. They're splashing white like just for these Teferis and probably cyber cards. I assume they're just gonna kill me this turn. 4 cards in library. LED Brainstorm Thassa's Oracle or something. LED any cantrip Thassa's Oracle kills me. Because we don't have a plow. Yeah. Astrolabes. If 1 mana left. How are we dying here? Lotus Petal Thassa's Oracle? Oh, okay, this plays around the plow. Okay, that's fair. Thanks, should have been attacking with my Mother of Burns, I guess. Do I care about any of this stuff? They just have a shit ton of 1-drops and Doomsdays, so I guess we just like put the prelate on 3. They're probably boarding into like Swords to Plowshares and stuff. We do get to see literally all 60 cards of their main deck for whatever that's worth. It's literally just cantrips, Thought Seizes, Dark Writs, some Fringe, Doomsday pile targets, and double Thassa's Oracle in the main deck, and like 3 Teferis. Okay, that's fine. Outplayed. Man, it definitely sounds like okay in this matchup, I imagine. Not great. None of our hate is really not situated to play against Doomsday. Our hate is very much like anti-storm stuff. I think Deafening Silence is probably still a fine board in. It prevents like letting my opponent sculpt infinitely. Like my opponent casts like fucking 7 or 8 cantrips over 4 turns or something like that. So it prevents them from like sculpting as well. And it also makes it harder for them to cast a Doomsday and kill me in the same turn. So it's probably still a fine board in. Just need to board in more cards. None of my cards are good. Wow. We boarded Cataclysms. My opponent hits a lot of land drops. It's like the boarding in Cataclysm versus Sneak and Show line, where you sometimes you just want an Armageddon effect. So it's possible we just kind of want to cast Armageddon against our opponent. Just because they're better than Sword Splashers. I don't think Palace Jailer is gonna do a whole lot. I think this is fine. They might be boarding Baleful Strixes, in which case I might want Plows in my deck still, just to try to get those out of the way. I think this is fine though. There was almost certainly piles that beat me attacking with the other Mother of Runes that turn right. They didn't need to go to 1. Because they rounded down too, right? They went to 3 from 7. Or, I mean, it rounds up the damage that they deal, so. But I did miss like 2 damage over turn, so it's possible that didn't work out. It's like, okay, we definitely want Thalias in this matchup to stall for as much time as possible, but I think Deafening Silence, Revoker, named Teferi probably. Name like Street Wraith, but that's not great. Street Wraith is usually just for like random Doomsday piles, so it's probably better to name like Teferi. You can also just play the Mom on turn 1, prevent them from like, I don't know, because we don't need to Deafening Silence on turn 1. Yeah, it's possible the Palace Jailer is better than like a Cataclysm or something, but I don't know. Like, I don't think the game's going to reach a point where like my 4 mana start drawing some cards is really important. I'm kind of scared of getting Thoughtseize, so I think Deafening Silence is the more important card. We don't really have anything we desperately want to protect. In terms of like if we play a thing it gets plowed. I'm not sure if there's like casting cantrips or whatever. We get to cast Stoneforge, go get Sword, maybe? Yeah, then we can play Revoker Mom into activate, or put in the Sword and equip. Seems fine. I think Sword's probably our best choice here. Although if I was doing this, then playing the Revoker's better, right? Because I'm attacking next turn and casting 2 spells. I'm not doing anything with the Sword, so... Revoker gets in more damage here, so it's maybe better. Ooh, Athalia. That changes things. I'm not playing Revoker now. Definitely playing Thalia plus Mom. I wonder if they have Massacres in the board. Is that a card I should be worried about? Maybe. Okay, it's like a Brainstorm here. Yeah. They have a 1-turn window to cast a Massacre here, so... Seems like an okay plan. Just like play very hard into it. They hadn't engineered like in 2017. I think we have better tools in 2020. Like Thassa's Oracle. Oh, we're gonna replay land. Duh. Please, no Massacres. At least if they Massacre, maybe we get to Wasteland their Underground Sea. Don't do it. Don't do it. Balls. Flickerus isn't really gonna do anything here. So I think we just want the more power on the board. Just played against a guy who said he cuts Prelate versus 4-color Miracles and thinks Infect is a great matchup. Well, there are a lot of Death and Taxes players out there. Nice. My opponent doesn't have anything. I think I want to cast the Sword here over the Revoker. It leads to be more mana efficient next turn. If we draw another land, it's obviously better to cast the Revoker because we get in more damage, but we don't know that we're going to draw land. I think we just want to... We have a 2-turn clock from this turn going forward anyway. We have 7 and 7. It's a weird matchup. We're playing against Doomsday. Blue-black's light white splash. Oh, Teferi's only in the main deck, and probably like sideboard cards. Some like plows and stuff, probably. Ooh, this plow could be backbreaking, but we get to. Man, I want to port, but we're just going for it. That's obnoxious. They have plow. Sad times. Ooh, well, I guess they don't really care about the 2 life, but there's no reason not to plow there. Besides giving me hope. Wow, what a jerk. I think we named Teferi Time Raveler here, just based on the mana that they have and my singular threat. They might have even like boarded them out, but I don't know. 3 mana like bounce draw card is obnoxious. I don't think naming oh, they're just gonna kill me? Sure. Wait, no. The darker doesn't do shit. I have a deafening silence supply. Never mind. Outplayed. Oh, this is I think they boarded for, I don't know, 3 mana like bounce your creature draw card is pretty good in a slow matchup like Death and Taxes. It's like definitely not unreasonable. But they could have, and it might have been like the cut for better cards. What's my plan here? I don't really want to attack into this 3/4. I might attack into it in future turns. Yeah, I can like bounce Deafening Silence. I think there's no point in attacking here because we don't have like a follow-up threat yet, so I think this True Wraith has in fact brick walled me. Feast of Famine, yeah, Feast of Famine would be very good here. You're not incorrect. I think I'm porting their Black Source. Maybe that's wrong. They can't like cast a Doomsday with it, and then like their discard isn't scary. We need to draw creatures. I said we need to draw creatures. Man, that Massacre was really bad for me. Massacre into Plow. I really want to draw a Flicker Wisp specifically. Would be nice. So, I think we have to keep Revoker's Sword. Keep Revoker's Sword, port, lose the Vial. We have 2 mana, we get to port them. If we draw a 3-drop, we need to draw a land for it, but I think it's important that we need to... we could attack... no, then we still have to choose between Sword or Vial. We could attack, trade the creatures, and just keep Vial over Sword. That's another possibility. Just lose the Sword of Fire and Ice, but we have a Vial that we can put to 3, where we're shotting porting them. They're at 14. I think I might like that plan better. The Sword is a really good clock, but... I think having the access to like all my 3-drops is going to be better in the long term. We're fortunate we're going to like rip a 3rd land immediately and I'm going to be sad, but... in what world do you not block here? Man, that'd be sick. We just like got in this damage for no reason. Like absolutely no world where you don't block this. What could possibly be the punish? That's fine. We cast Cataclysm. We keep port, Deafening Silence, Vial, play our land, port them. Then next turn take our Vial up to 3. We can cast any 2-drop. We can put in any 3-drop. We can keep porting them. We have Mana Denial. They got Hardcast Force of Will. That'd be kind of sad. They might just be floating mana in response to the Doomsday, but that would be fine. And they're letting it resolve, sure. I'll keep this, and this. They probably keep, like, what, Island? Swamp. Interesting. I think they're going for just casting a Doomsday then to kill me. Like, if they just have, like, land, they can cast Doomsday. Woof, that's kind of scary. Now we have to recast the Deafening Silence here, I think is going to be better than porting. Deafening Silence beats second Dark Ritual. Deafening Silence does not beat another land drop. And then they can just cast the Doomsday. Yeah, this is a tricky choice, certainly. They have to hit another land drop in order to, and have the Doomsday in their 2-card hand and the card they draw for turn. I think it's better to cast the Deafening Silence here. I'm not sure though. Not confident in that. They could just like land Doomsday, crush us. Oh, alright, well. We're not dead. Hopefully they like miss on lands too, that'd be nice. Yeah, nice. We got a lot of time now. Sure. One day we'll find a clock. Man, my plan of draw another creature for my Revoker. Whoa, Terminus. That's a good card to know about. I don't know why they triggered that miracle. Definitely a good card to know about in their deck. I guess Terminus makes for some sweet Doomsday piles. You get like a Street Wraith in your hand. You like cycle the Terminus on their upkeep, kill their stuff, and then you untap and kill them. Really wish we would draw a creature at some point, though. Oh, that's a creature. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one at killing opponents. Certainly. Time for the clock. Another good one. Got like another plow? Nope. Casting a Preordain. What am I naming with this Revoker? Lotus Petal, I guess? Probably the best name. Bottom. I don't think it matters, really. The Lion's Eye Diamond? I think Lion's Eye Diamond is, especially with the Deafening Silence display. I don't want to give them access to like white mana to like plow one of my things, I think. I like to cast Terminus. too. I don't think I need to do anything with it out of fear of like second massacre. In an emergency situation, we can like recruit her up a Thalia as well, assuming they can somehow go off from here with this board state. It'd be impressive. But even if they massacre, maybe we can set up lethal with like recruiter for Thalia. Alright, cool. Like I said, Doomsday likes to play a slow game and sit and like build up, especially for its like death and taxes. So I think Cataclysm's like not unreasonable. It's just like an Armageddon effect. It's possible I even want this like third one. So what do we see anything interesting? CCBDJC, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. I think the deafening silence there was actually like pretty good. We couldn't really see its effects as well, but I think it's pretty reasonable. They hardcast a Street Wraith, so that always the only other thing we saw. Don't think that's a very realistic thing that we want to have like plows or something for. We didn't see any like graveyard shenanigans. We saw a Terminus, which is important. Yeah, I think I'm in for shitty Armageddon. What am I cutting? We saw Swords of Plowshares and Terminus and Massacre. These are all pretty bad news bears cards, huh? We cut just like the Jite. Jite's okay. It's only good with a creature to protect it from like a Massacre or something, if it's already online. Could shave like a Mother of Runes, but we saw Echoing Truth, we saw Swords of Plowshares, we didn't see a postboard Teferi, but they definitely have interaction for my creatures. Roger's not great, but Roger's probably good enough versus like Petal, LED, Street Wraith, stuff like that. That's probably correct to cut the GT. I think it's always going to be the third equipment I'm tutoring for. I think it's going to be worse than Sword and Batterskull most of the time. I think this looks okay. Sand does not look okay. Oh, well, this hand has a plan. And it is probably cast a Cataclysm on turn 4. I think we're just going to go Mom. Like I said, Roger I don't think is that good in this matchup, so I think just casting a Mom on turn 1 and like porting, like Cataclysming is not out of the question here. We could like get greedy and bottom of land, but I think we want as many lands as possible because we want to not only cast Cataclysm, but then rebuild from that. Interesting turn 1. I went with the Wasteland because kind of didn't want to just like give them like free ability to like plow my mom and keep going. No blue mana's nice. Well, I like can plow the mom, but no plow. I think I'm definitely porting over Revoking. Oh no, my Cataclysm. What am I supposed to name with this Revoker if I have to cast it here? Please take the Revoker so I don't have to make that decision. Take it. Take the Revoker. Damn it. Do they have another land drop? Please say no. Well, no blue mana still. I think I need to establish my clock. Which means casting Phyrexian Revoker. I think we want to name Lotus Petal over other things. It's possible we could just get bodied. Land Doomsday. But I think we need to establish a clock more than we want to like be putting my opponent down. I think we need to try to fade this turn. Yeah, I don't think Teferi does too much on the board because we have the active Mom, so it's not like a huge deal. I think we want to try to fade this turn and then like port my opponent out. OG Trilla, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. I'm a little scared though because my opponent like didn't like cast any cantrips with their Tundra. They just went Tundra Go. Yeah, which makes me kind of think that their plan was just like cast a Doomsday. Oh no, it is just a Teferi. That's fine. It just goes up, right? Yeah, I want to keep porting them, but we keep drawing much better cards than Rashad Port. Do I have to attack this Teferi? Probably. It gives them a bunch of life, but I don't want to have to deal with, like, Teferi to use the Mother of Runes activation, and then, like, he gets the removal spells online, like, through my Thalia. So I think I want to take it off the board. It'll gain them, like, 6 life, which is kind of obnoxious, but I feel like it might be correct. We had to, like, pretty cleanly clear it. Unless they have Masker again. But if they have Masker, I think we're just boned. Oh man, they can instant speed their Masker with the Teferi. Man, the world's biggest bummer. Please. Wow. Opponent not respecting me playing Caracas. What a jerk. Mom first main, no fear. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Opponent did not respect me like having a Caracas for the Thalia, though. That could have been a pretty bad punish for them. It's like no real reason to wait until combat there. Like Teferi their Astrolabe, just like draw more cards. Yeah, we're pretty buried here unless we find like a second Cataclysm. Here. Yeah, Astral definitely makes port a lot more of a bummer. Because we can't cut them off colors now, we're just cutting them off of mana. Opponent having Masker in their deck, and also me having, like, no really good Doomsday cards in my sideboard makes this matchup feel really bad. My opponent probably can just, like, cast Doomsday and it can kill me. Oh man, they can, like, end-step cast a Doomsday? That's kind of hot. Dead probably. They can draw a card with Silent Clearing, which definitely means that, and they can draw a card with Teferi, so we're almost assuredly just dead here. Cycle Silent Clearing, go to 4 cards in library, draw LED, play LED, Teferi, bounce their Astrolabe, crack LED in response for 3. They get 3 cards in the library. They need to draw 1 more card. I think they could do that in the opposite order and recast the Astrolabe somewhere. They're probably like way bigger brain piles. Also, they have 2 cards in their hand already, so. There are a lot of roads that lead to Rome. Alright, why do we name LED? LED's like not that pivotal to their game plan. There are a lot of worlds that they can kill me with a Ruok or an LED. Yeah, this line where they recast the Astrolabe to draw another card. They tap the Silent Clearing though, so they need to draw another card here, but they can just like cast a Brainstorm. They have plenty of mana. Or Predict, sure, whatever. They're doing it cleanly. They're making sure that I can't kill their Thassa's Oracle with 0 cards in hand. Yeah, they got me. Yeah, that matchup does not feel very good. We have, like, very little in our sideboard for it, and they brought Massacre and Terminus. It's possible I wanted to, like, not cast the Thalia that turn and just start porting them more. Specifically because of how bad stuff like Massacre was for me, but I don't know. Like, you just need to establish a clock versus them, so sometimes I think you need to kind of just play into it. I didn't look at their deck post board after they cast Doomsday. I should have. I wanted to see how many like Massacres and Terminus. I imagine Terminus is probably one of 4 cases like I need to Doomsday, but I can't kill them this turn, but I can like draw a card to like hit Street Wraith and to Terminus them on their upkeep and then kill them on my untap or something. Massacre could probably be like a 1 or 2 of Preordained Go. Top, bottom. What are we playing against here? Prismatic Vista. Prismatic Vista, go. Right on time, Aether Vial. Do you upload your VODs to YouTube or anything like that? Or friend, please do that for the last game. Cool. Yeah, all my VODs go up on YouTube after my streams. So yeah, and also obviously the VODs are on Twitch. It's not great for me. My assumption is Breach. But we've only seen Preordain's, Force, and Brainstorm, but the Prismatic Vista. They could be on, like, Miracles or something, but I guess we'll find out. Doesn't really change my plays. I guess this kind of changes my play here. If they're on Breach, I just want to play Mirror Crusader and clock them. If they're on Miracles, I don't really think I can afford to just sit here and play this Aether Vial this turn either, so I think just jamming this Mirror Crusader is probably my best bet either way. If they're on Breach, we're probably just like not winning though. We have no interaction. Next turn we can like cast the Vial along with a Flicker Wisp or something, which probably looks a little bit better for us. Yeah, this is just Breach. We need to draw Remorseful Cleric or Prelate or we're probably dead. Thalia would help, but they just need to find an LED to beat the... Never mind. We did. We tried our best. Assuming they have a Brain Freeze. They don't. They're trying to cantrip into the Brain Freeze. Seems a little bit loose. They had plenty of time. Don't have to go for it here. They topped a card, so we just die. Yeah. Unlucky. Yeah, that seemed like kind of a loose play there, that they didn't have the Brain Freeze immediately. They have a Grape Shot. Interesting. It's terrifying. Grape Shot's probably like way better against my cards. Yeah, it felt like kind of a loose Breach turn. Like I have very limited ways to punish them for not going for it that turn, and like there's like very realistic worlds where they just die, right? They're just targeting themselves, so we just get to keep seeing their whole deck. There's the normal grinding station. I'm curious if they have Enlightened Tutor is the big thing, which is a nice consolation prize of like dying in game ones is that you get to like see most of their deck, especially because people show you like way more of their deck than they should. Like my opponent could have just been brain freezing me here by now. Like they don't need to show me that they have access to Enlightened Tutors and stuff. Now you brain freeze target me, right? Or just like, well, they just made blue mana, so they're not just like gonna grape shot me a bunch, but like the game is just over. They can just, yeah, they can just crack this for red and grape shot me 3 times or 2 times at this point, maybe. Yeah. So not showing me anything else in their deck. We got the normal cards, but also a grape shot and a main deck defense grid. Main deck defense grid with Enlightened Tutor is like kind of neat. But yeah, mostly interested in seeing if they have the Enlightened Tutor package. Alright. They're still targeting themselves? Okay, sure. Alright, I'll see more of your deck. Seal of Cleansing, second Enlightened Tutor. Third Enlightened Tutor. Okay, they're on 3 Enlightened Tutors. Cool. Nothing else super interesting. They don't have a Thassa's Oracle, notably. Their alternate win con is the Brain Freeze. Or not, or the alternate win con is the Grape Shot, sorry. I don't think it really matters for us. We just get to board in the same 7 cards. We cut the same cards. And what's my last cut against this in this matchup? I think a Stoneforge Mystic. I don't like Stoneforge Mystic as your clock in this matchup because one of their scariest cards is Serenity. Because so much of your interaction is Serenity-able, like 7, 8, 9, 10. So like if you have your board state and your clock is like sort of Fire and Ice or Batterskull, and like that stuff also gets like hit in the crossfire, then it sucks. So I think Stoneforge is worse in this matchup. Been tempted to board in like Council's Judgments because Serenity is so scary, but it's so narrow that I kind of hate it. And by kind of I mean I really hate it. I wish that, like, for this matchup, I think the best choice would be just to, like, play instant speed disenchant effects. Just, like, actual disenchant. Because that can hit Serenity or can, like, stop the combo. So if I were, like, more worried about the Breach matchup, I think I would try to fit some disenchants in the deck. Snap this one off. Deafening Silence into Cleric. Cleric and Prelate are some of your best cards, specifically because they don't get Serenity'd. It forces them to have like the Plow as an answer. There's some hands that can also just like go off through a Remorseful Cleric, but it's definitely tricky. And also in the meantime, Cleric can beat them down. Planes go. Kind of like don't want to play the Cleric into this. But I definitely think I have to. This hand doesn't even cast my other cards right now. They don't always have the Plow. I should not have yield. Although if they're plowing me, the sacking it does nothing. Gaining 2 life also doesn't do anything. Yeah. Yeah, there's no like graveyard interaction. I could like bait them into thinking there's graveyard interaction. Also, where's Cat? The Cats are both. Ooh, nice draw. The Cats are both locked up right now because one of them, probably Dog, knocked over a bottle of alcohol and shattered it on the floor. So yeah, they are in jail. Thalia. it's a good draw here. I don't want to play the Wasteland here, specifically because I want them to fetch it on basic. They probably won't, though. Breach is really good at fetching basics. No, Dog is definitely in jail. This probably just gets Mountain. We just never get a Wasteland them. Yep. Well, that was mean. Alright, Stoneforge will do here. It's at least a clock. What do we want to get here? Batterskull or sort of Fire and Ice. Batterskull's worse if they have like a removal spell for my Stoneforge. Sort of Fire and Ice takes as long to get online as Batterskull, but Batterskull goes better with my double port hand. I think it might just be Batterskull just based on our hand already being so mana intensive and like wanting to like use Rashad ports on them and stuff. As much as I want to also draw cards. I'm gonna port their island. What do we got here? Brainstorm, right? Well, that's the only spell this turn, which is nice. Then Commander, Adapt. I feel that it's hard with Wave of Reckoning. I have no fucking clue what Wave of Reckoning does. Sounds like a Decree of Pain-esque card. Deals it down. Oh no, I'm dead wrong. Deals damage to creature itself based on its power. That card's sick. Played that in EDH. More lands. Opponent, stop getting land drops, please. You can't cast a spell here, opponent. That's not how that works. Deafening Silence in play. I'm scared of what they could be casting there, though. Like, looked like a Breach. Might have just been Serenity. More ports, eh? Well, these don't cast my creatures, but we had to put in Batterskull and start porting them a bunch, I guess. I almost want to port their red source more than the blue source. You can't actually prevent Breach, though, so... I'm actually pretty scared of Serenity, so maybe we port the white source over anything. I don't know the basic configuration of this deck. I imagine they have multiples of most of them. What's this? Enlightened Tutor? Cool, let's help me figure it out. Breach. Well, that's scary that they think they can just kill me here. I wonder if I need to double port and not put in this Batterskull. If they just have Wear Tear for the Deafening Silence, Fetch Mountain, Breach, LED, Brain Freeze, or Petal Brain Freeze, we die. Out of their 5 card hand after the Underworld Breach, they need the full combo, which they have the Breach, but then they also need exactly Wear Tear. I think I just need to get my clock in play. The 4 cards in their hand that aren't Breach need to be Wear Tear, Petal / LED, and Brain Freeze. Yeah, it could just be Serenity, which is also bad news for me. Means we just don't put in this Batterskull. I don't think it's worth dealing extra 4 damage here. We deport this Prismatic Vista instead, which I think is much better, because we'd potentially try to take them off of casting Underworld Breach. I wonder if I should have ported the Vista in upkeep. So we can take them off of casting Breach, but not if they have a Petal, which is bad news for me. They only play 1 Mountain? Yeah, it might have been better to port the Serenity in that case. Damn it. This like I said, this is the problem. Serenity is the scariest card because like a lot of your hate is very good against, or is very bad against Serenity specifically. I think we're just gonna have to double port and hope it's good enough at this point. But it doesn't look like it's going to be. Yeah, port red and pray they don't have a pedal or another land. Not a good plan, but it's a plan. Plains is probably better there. Porting Plains was worse if they had Wear Tear, though. Well, I think I couldn't beat Wear Tear regardless, right? Just by doing the count on mana. They had enough cards in their graveyard already that they could, even like down the extra mana, they could like just cast double pedal and then Brain Freeze me. I wonder if I was actually supposed to put that Plains in their draw step. If they have an Enlightened Tutor, they can Enlighten Tutor. Yeah, they can Enlighten Tutor for like the pedal here. Yeah. I don't think that I couldn't beat the Enlightened Tutor though, right? They can grab pedal regardless. If I port an island, I just grab Grinding Station. I don't have enough mana. Oh, they do have enough mana if they have the LED. Then they just might have needed to tutor for the. They still need to cast the breach, but they need a land, just a land for that. Yeah, or the LED. There's the land. We couldn't stop it. Yep. What's up? Shrimp is just ending. We got bodied pretty hard. Serenity, a hard card to beat in this matchup. I've been trying to see if there's a better way to handle Serenity specifically out of this matchup. I talked about it at the beginning of the stream. I think the only ways are like Prelates or Remorseful Clerics that are realistic. You can play like shitty cards. Yeah, I like disenchant effects. I was like creatures specifically. I was looking into it. You can play like shitty cards like Dryad Militant or like the creatures that sack to disenchant thing. But that's like about it, and those are like both just really bad cards. So in order, in terms of like actually playing reasonable Magic cards, your only real options are playing like more Remorseful Clerics, Sanctum Prelates stuff. But yeah, yeah, straight disenchant effects are probably better to make this matchup go better for me. But I don't think it's that bad. I'd need to play against it more to find out for certain, but. I've talked about it a decent amount with some other Death and Taxes players. I think this matchup feels better than Ant does. Yeah, Prelamon is close to beyond. There's the Brain Freeze. We dead. Just get to Brain Freeze themselves. That Grape Shot was pretty backbreaking. It being able to snipe our Thalia instead of being like a Thassa's Oracle was also really bad for us. Let's see if they have any spicy cards in here. Or is it just the Braid that's like kind of spicy, but not really. The deck can go after Thalia and play if you have LED, but like our Thalia was in play on like turn 3 or something, and it would have been like, it would definitely have like halted their process a lot in tandem with double port. The big issue was the fact that they could just like got to clear it with their like alternate win con instead of it being like a Thassa's Oracle, which is nothing but win con. Obviously, you lose out in other matchups having a Grape Shot instead of a Thassa's Oracle, but in I guess D&T specifically, the Grape Shot looks way better. Yeah, exactly. Thassa's just like much better in other matchups. Brain freeze yourself again. I want to see cards. I'm interested in like because one of the tricky parts about playing as this deck as well is that like a list hasn't really been consolidated. Like there's not as much of a stock list. They're definitely getting there. This sort of Jeskai, Singleton Grinding Station, and Lightning Tutor, like main deck Seal of Cleansing stuff, is starting to be consolidated as like the Underworld Breach deck, at least for now. So it's starting to get easier to like know what like bullshit you need to play around. But it's always interesting to see the like the variations of the deck. What a left in Force of Wills. Interesting. What did they cut? They left in Pact of Negation too? What on earth? They cut like the 2 silences in their deck, but they brought in, I guess they only brought in like Serenity and 2 Plows and an Abrade. He cut 2 silences and like shaved like, I don't know, like cantrips or some shit. I don't know. They brought in a chain too. It was like 5 cards. Yeah, not cutting the Pact seems wild. Like, in what world is casting Pact of Negation relevant? Because you can't pact any of the stuff on my turn, because then you just die. Pact is, like, exclusively to fight counter wars. Only manage Surgical. Yeah, Surgical's, like, also just so fucking bad against this deck, too. Yeah, they got me. Alright, they're shooting me in the face. You got it. Alright. Got crushed pretty badly after our 2-0 start. I blame the cats shattering my bottle of alcohol. Bad luck. But anyway. Not sure where I want to be. I, like, vaguely want to fit, like, some sort of disenchants. I want different tech against the Breach deck. I don't think the matchup is, like, necessarily that bad, but I think I just want, like, different cards in my deck. So I think there's some different variation that's probably reasonable for the matchup, but I just don't know really what it looks like quite yet. Maybe I want, like, a second Remorseful Cleric somewhere. Maybe I want second Prelate. Maybe I just want, like, actual disenchant effects. I'm not sure. What are other losses? Eldrazi, Stompy, it's fine. And I lost to Doomsday. It was just like, okay, I don't think D&T has a very good Doomsday matchup, and like as D&T lists currently sit, your Doomsday matchup is just really bad because like your sideboard cards are not very good against it. So I think that's just whatever. And then our wins were Miracles and then the Mirror. Yeah, I don't know how we won that Miracles matchup. That Miracles match was like pretty good. My opponent was misplaying towards the end there, but they were playing fast, so. The game 1 was like pretty buck wild after we got fucking blind counterbalance, countered 3 of our 3 drops. That was like pretty tilting. But anyway, end the stream here. Gonna find someone to host. Who's streaming? Lackey. I hope Lackey's not just wrapping up. He probably is. I think Lackey got on like a little bit before I did. It's kind of wild that he's still streaming. Maybe he's playing a second league, in which case I can host him, which is nice because he usually hosts me. But let's hope he's still streaming. This ad stops rolling. Oh yeah, he's mid game here against against Svaka himself. All right, let's go host Lackey. Send him our energy. Goblin Lackey 1. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you had a good time. As always, you want to support the channel, you can follow, subscribe, donate, etc., etc. That's about it for me today. We'll be back next week. More D&T action. Yeah, go give Lackey some love for me, and have a good weekend, everybody.